Good morning, this is Professor Beth Goring, and I want to show you how our course is set up in Canvas. You're going to go to contracosta.instructure.com website to access our course. Our course is HED 110-1102. So when you click on it, you'll be brought up to our course homepage, and there's some information on the course homepage, picture of me, my office hours, my phone number, and some other information. So please go ahead and make sure you look it over. At the bottom here, there's a Start Here button. So if you click on this Start Here button, and then it'll take us right to our first module, and it's just more course information. So the Getting Started module, we have our email orientation right here, which I sent out to you via email. If you didn't have an opportunity to read it in your email, here it is again. Here's a student meet and greet assignment. So this is where I introduce myself to you, and then you're going to create a video through Flipgrid and introduce yourself back to me and to the class. Other information, course objectives for the entire course, how our course is set up in Canvas. This is this particular email or video that you're watching now. Here's course policies, communication, and then a getting started checklist. So once you've gone through all of that information, then we have the next module is our syllabus, grading rubric, and grading calculation. So here you'll see there's a syllabus orientation video, so if you could please watch that. I walk you through the syllabus and give you information about each aspect of it. Here's a written copy of our syllabus, and then I also wanted to provide you samples of coursework. So this is my expectations for you for doing discussion responses and replies to classmates. There's some really specific things that I want you to do in these discussions, and so make sure that you review the samples so you'll make to get the best grade you can get. I also have rubrics down here, and this shows you exactly how I grade. So how I grade the discussions, how I grade the Flipgrids, and then how I grade the research projects. So please make sure you look over the rubrics before you do the assignments, so that way again you can capture the best grade you can. This is how to calculate your grade. Many students ask me what their grade is during the semester, and so I basically came up with this particular item that helps you understand how to calculate your own grade at any time. There's a syllabus quiz that is due the first day of class, which is August 23rd. It's 9 questions. You can take it 3 times, making sure that you get a 100%. And then there's a checklist. The next modules are the actual course content modules. Our first section is chapters 1 through 3, and I've tried to organize each one of these modules exactly the same. So at the beginning of each of these different sections, it's a unit, orientation, then there's a subheader. First I'll put the learning objectives for that particular chapter, then I put videos that will help you understand the information and give examples of the information, and then I provide a full chapter lecture video for you, and it tells you how long this particular lecture is. So you can watch part of it, take notes, stop, just write down exactly when you stopped, or maybe at 45 minutes or 50 minutes, and then you can come back and fast forward to that point and then continue on watching that particular lecture, so you don't have to do it all in one sitting. I also provide a chapter outline. It's a good idea if you print out this chapter outline before you listen to the video, the lecture video, and that way you can take notes on it to make sure that you're actually focused on the right items and overall concepts for the course or for this particular chapter. Then we have a chapter quiz. There's a Flipgrid assignment down here, and again, make sure that you look at the rubric before you do the discussion Flipgrid, and then a checklist. Next we have week 2, and it's on chapter 2. Again, set up exactly the same way, learning objectives, videos, lecture video, an outline, chapter quiz. Here's chapter 3. Again, objectives, videos, full-length lecture, outline, quiz, and here's another discussion. And then I'm going to ask you to do a reflection at this point, just to see how you're doing in terms of your study skills and keeping up with the work. And you're just kind of reflecting on how you're doing in the course. Then we're moving on to Unit 2, which is chapters 4 through 6. Again, everything is set up the same. So we have chapters 4, chapter 5, chapter 6, and again after chapter 6, I'm asking you to reflect on your progress in the course. All right. Next unit is chapters 7 through 10, and it's set up exactly the same. After chapter 10, you're going to be responsible for creating a research paper, which will be due October 24th. This is the Dropbox that you will submit your research paper into when you're done. And then you're also going to be creating a very short Flipgrid presentation on what your research paper was about. And this allows other students to see what you researched, what your conclusions were about your research, why you did this research, and there's real specific questions that you're going to answer during this Flipgrid presentation. Again, I have a video, I have instructions on how to do that. Like for instance, if you just click on this particular Flipgrid line, and it's going to take us to the actual assignment. So here's the assignment. This is the rubric for the assignment. This is what I want you to do. It says this is 2 minutes, but you can go up to 5 minutes. 2 to 5 minute presentation. You're going to explain your topic briefly. You're going to say what are the 3 most important things about your research paper that you researched, why you chose this topic, and then a few strategies to improve the health. So that's your presentation that other students will have the opportunity to read or to watch. And this is how to submit your Flipgrid assignment and the learning objectives, and then you'll be submitting, you'll be able to see everybody's Flipgrid right down here. All right, back to modules. All right, there's our Flipgrid. Here's some information about Turnitin. When you submit your research paper, it goes through this Turnitin process that checks for originality. On your score, you want it to be 35 or less. If it's more than 35, then you might want to rework your paper, meaning that you need to paraphrase more, less quotations, making sure that you give credit where credit is due, so you have proper citations within text and proper referencing in your works cited page. Unit 4 is chapters 11 through 13, due 11/24. And then Unit 5 is chapters 14 through 16, due December 9. So that is the content that you're responsible for. Over here on the left side, you'll see the word home. That takes us back to that original page. Here's a cyber cafe. Cyber cafe is where students can talk to each other, create study groups, ask each other questions, and it's primarily for student-to-student interaction. There's question and answer forum. If you have a question, you can post it here, and other students, if they know the answer, can respond. I do check it periodically, and if there's something that I need to respond to, I will do that. I have lots of announcements that are going to go out, and they will be emailed to you as well, to your Insight Contra Costa College email. And you'll probably get one to two emails a week, announcements a week. And so look for those. If for some reason you miss it in your email, you can click on announcements and it'll take you right to the latest announcements. Here's a modules tab. Syllabus tab. So if you click on the syllabus tab, I've given you the written syllabus, but this is also a print syllabus inside Canvas itself. You can check your grades anytime and your progress. As you go through the assignments, it'll tell you how many points are possible, and then the next thing it tells you is what your score was, and you can see any outstanding assignments that are within your course shell. If you need library assistance, you can click on this library link and you can receive help from librarians, and then we have tutors as well, Net Tutor. So if you have any questions about how our course is set up in Canvas, please email me at bgoring@contracosta.edu, and I will be happy to help you out. I look forward to seeing you online.